Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, this is me Atiq Ahmad. Today we will study the topic the harmful positive feedback. This is the third part of that lecture we have already started. We have started the feedback mechanism in homeostasis. There are two basic types and a third additional type of feedbacks. Now, those are negative feedback, positive feedback, and harmful positive feedback. Today we will study the harmful positive feedback. Sometimes the positive feedback become harmful because sometimes it become over and over. You can say excessive positive feedback. So this is harmful for the body. So though the positive feedback is required within homeostasis, but some positive feedbacks are harmful and they even in some cases results in death. We will take two examples. One of the example is whenever a person breathes in air which have high concentration of carbon dioxide. So more carbon dioxide is inhaled. As a result, this carbon dioxide will diffused into the blood. From the lungs, from the alveoli, it will diffuse into the blood, and as a result, the blood will become more acidic because carbon dioxide is acidic in nature. Now, this carbon dioxide will move through the blood. Now, remember, there are carbon dioxide receptors in the arteries as well as in the medulla oblongata part of the brain. So, whenever this blood which have high concentration of carbon dioxide, when it passes through the blood vessels, so the receptor detect the change that the blood have high concentration of carbon dioxide. Similarly, when this blood reaches to the medulla oblongata, so the carbon dioxide receptors there also detect the change that the carbon dioxide is more in concentration than normal. Now what will happen? Now mistakenly the medulla oblongata will order for increase in breathing process. And why? This is basically to exhale the extra carbon dioxide from the body and to inhale more oxygen. But unfortunately, the person is breathing in an air which have high carbon dioxide. So when the breathing rate is increased, that message is transmitted from the medulla oblongata to the intercostal muscles and the diaphragm of the lungs. So the inhalation exhalation process will increase. Now unfortunately, the carbon dioxide concentration is higher in the air, so more breathing will cause more carbon dioxide to enter into the lungs and then into the blood. So the carbon dioxide concentration will become higher and higher. So this is very harmful for the body because it is acidic in nature, carbon dioxide. And whenever this blood which have very high carbon dioxide concentration, whenever this acidic blood reaches to various parts of the body, so various enzymatic activity will be disturbed because the enzymes cannot work in the high acidic conditions. So several enzymes will become denatured, they will not properly work, and even this whole process may result in the death of that person. So this is one of the example of the harmful positive feedback. Still another example of harmful positive feedback, that is fever. Normally the pyrexia or the fever is caused whenever there is some emergency in the body. This is just like an emergency signal. So just like in a town or in a city there is some emergency siren is rung, and then the emergency squad respond. So in normal condition, whenever there is some emergency in the body, whenever there is an infection, some disorder in the body, so the fever will occur. But sometime this message is again taken erroneously, mistakenly, and the fever increases furthermore. Whenever there is a normal fever, So that is an emergency signal to alert the immune system, to raise the body temperature, to kill the microbes, and to increase various metabolic processes to counter the infection or the disorder. But sometime this system become out of control and the fever increase from the normal fever means 100 101 102 Fahrenheit. So sometime it reaches up to 113 Fahrenheit, or in centigrade 45 centigrade. So this is an abnormal response, an abnormal harmful positive feedback, which in spite of the normal fever which is required to counter the infection, the overreaction occurs. So when the overreaction occurs to this much high temperature of 113 Fahrenheit or 45 centigrade, it results in the denaturation of enzymes. And whenever the enzymes are denatured, so various biochemical processes are not carried out in the normal way. So as a result, death may occur. It will ultimately result in the death. So this is another example of harmful positive feedback. Now we have studied all the three parts of feedback mechanism in homeostasis. Now we will move towards some images. This is an image which is an example of the negative feedback mechanism. Now let's look at the example. We'll start from here. Too much salt or sweating. Whenever there is much more salt in the body or more sweating, so what will happen? More water is evaporated and the blood will become more concentrated because water is lost. So water content of the blood become low. Now this blood when flows through the body and reaches to the brain, so the brain will detect that the water content of the blood is very low. So brain will produce more ADH hormone. The ADH will reaches to the kidneys, and the kidneys, it will act on the distal convoluted tubule and collecting tubules, and as a result the permeability of those tubules will be increased. So as a result more water will be absorbed. So high volume of water will be reabsorbed by the kidneys. So as a result the concentration of water will rise in the blood and the urine quantity will be decreased because more reabsorption occurred. So after this process the water content of the blood will become normal and concentrated urine will be released. Now on the other hand, when there is too much water in the body, in the blood, so water content of the blood become high. Now again this message will be transmitted to the brain. The blood will flow through the various parts of the body and it reaches to the brain. So brain produces less ADH, and as a result the permeability of the distal convoluted tubule and the collecting tubule will be decreased, and as a result low volume of water will be reabsorbed by the kidney and more water will be released in the urine. So in this case more urine will be produced, the urine quantity will increase and the reabsorption will be decreased. So the excess water will be released in the form of urine. So in this way the body will restore the normal blood water content. Now there is another image. This is an example of the positive feedback. The previous example was that of negative feedback. Now this is an example of positive feedback. Now what happens basically, head of the baby pushes against the cervix. This is the head of the baby, it will pushes against the cervix. Now this area, this will ultimately open, but not now, later on when the feedback mechanism will occur. So head of the baby pushes against the cervix. Whenever it touches the cervix, so it exerts pressure on the cervix area, and there are neurons present there. Those neurons detect that change, that pressure. Nerve impulses from the cervix are transmitted to the brain. So that information will be transmitted to the brain. The brain stimulates pituitary gland to secrete oxytocin hormone. The oxytocin carried in the bloodstream to the uterus, and whenever it reaches to the uterus, so it will further stimulate the contraction of the uterus, and again this process will be repeated. So more oxytocin will be released, and when more oxytocin will be released, so further contractions will occur, and as a result, slowly and gradually, due to these labor contractions, this opening of the uterus will slowly and gradually open. As a result, the head of the baby will be pushed outwards, and slowly and gradually it will pass through the birth canal and the birth will occur. So this is an example of the positive feedback. Now still there is another example. This is the harmful positive feedback whenever the fever occurs. So we have discussed that whenever the fever occurs, so up to certain degrees, this fever, this is basically beneficial for the body. This is also called pyrexia, and it is called by various pyrogens. So this fever is basically beneficial for the body because this is a sign of emergency. So this emergency sign or signal, or in other words sirens, it basically activates the various squads, the immune system, and various processes, the metabolic processes are increased, so to counter the infection. But sometimes this message is harmful, because sometimes this feedback become abnormal and over feedback occurs. As a result, the temperature is increased much more, the metabolic process is increased more than a certain level. So this is an abnormal response, harmful positive feedback, in which the temperature of the body, the fever of the body is increased far more. So this is basically the result of the high metabolic rate inside the body. So high metabolic rate means high amount of heat generation, and high amount of regeneration will increase the temperature further high. As a result, the enzyme will become denatured and they will not work properly, and ultimately death will result. This is the end of today's topic. And next time, inshallah, we will have another fresh lecture. See you next time. Take care. Allah Hafiz.